So I'm going to welcome Elliot to the stage. Elliot, if you'd like to unmute, you can see there the description about Elliot as a second year nursing student here at University of Canberra. And we were really impressed with Elliot's application for a Caring for Older Person Excellence Award, which we run here at University of Canberra. So really excited to hear what you have to say about your experiences, Elliot. Thank you.
Thanks, Kasha. Well, aged care can be exciting. It can be challenging, and it can provide opportunities to develop a range of clinical skills. If you told me that before my placement, I'm not sure that I would have believed you. But I learned more in those 3 weeks than I could have imagined. I wanted to thank the organisers for putting on this event today and inviting me to speak. I'm speaking from Ngunnawal land, and I also wanted to pay my respect to elders past, present and future. Caring for older people is complex. It involves looking after people with multiple chronic health conditions and people who are taking multiple medications. So you need an understanding of pathophysiology and pharmacology and how to apply these to the people you're looking after. During my placement at Warrigal in Corwell, I cared for 30 residents on a rotating basis, including those in memory support. And I'm sure everyone here is well aware, but caring for people with dementia requires specialist knowledge. The week I spent in memory support was a pretty steep learning curve. Not only did I learn about the different types of dementia and the different symptoms people can present with, but I also learned to question why people with dementia behave the way they do, and that it's never just their dementia. I also learned how to manage challenging behaviours, and hint, it wasn't with medication. I'm talking about picking up on a person's body language, preempting conflict, de-escalating situations and redirecting people. And these are all really advanced communication skills and skills that I think that you can only really learn through that hands-on experience of actually interacting with people who are living with dementia. I also learned about the people that I was caring for. And I think this was really important because when you're on placement, you're not just learning about a disease from a textbook, you're learning about people. And these people have lived rich, amazing lives. And it's our privilege to be able to get to know them. Every day, the husband of one of the residents would come in to spend time with his wife. I learned that they were travelling the world together a little over a year ago, that until recently she was a university lecturer, and that they had more travel plans that her diagnosis cut short. And once you've sat down and really gotten to know someone you're caring for like this, you understand that there's so much more than their age or their diagnoses. Another resident I cared for was dying, and this became apparent over the course of my placement. She taught me that even people with late-stage dementia have the capacity to express their preferences, and their care is improved by listening to them. So she wanted to wear her favourite slippers all of the time and became very distressed when they were taken off. And they were being taken off because they'd caused pressure injuries. But these wounds weren't going to heal. And attempting to put the slippers back on had actually contributed to the falls that she was having during the middle of the night. So allowing her to wear the slippers and getting rid of the heel protectors she was convinced were part of some plot to kill her made complete sense. Dignity of risk is not an abstract concept for me anymore. These are really kind of practical lessons. Then there was a man with the raspy heart. I had never heard a heart like this before. I was doing routine neuro-obs on him after a fall, only to discover that he had a pulse of 37. I took it again, 39. I took it manually, 35. So I got him sitting down and then lying down. And later, when his doctor reviewed him, we learned that he had 3rd-degree heart block. And I'm so grateful that I was given the opportunity to listen to his heart and understand what that sounded like, what that felt like, because that's an experience that you just can't get from a mannequin. I was very lucky to be supported during this placement by RNs and NPs who are passionate about older people nursing, who took the time to explain things to me and who allowed me to work within my scope of practice. Not only do I now see caring for older people as a viable career option once I graduate, but I can see how the knowledge I've gained through this placement will carry through to whatever workplace I find myself in the future. I'm also glad that I had my aged care placement as a second year student with a larger scope of practice, because it's shown me that caring for older people is about so much more than just personal care and giving medication. So, to sum up, older people nursing is complex, challenging, and rewarding. My placement has changed my entire attitude towards this specialty, and I hope other students get the opportunity to have the same experience.
Thank you so much, Elliot. So beautifully articulated. And I really encourage people, if you have any comments or questions for Elliot, pop them into the chat. We're going to go through and have a chat to hear from each of the students that we've got today. And then we'll have a bit of a panel session where everyone can talk, because we'd love to have that interaction, because we tend to find that's what the GANA members really value, is making communications and networks and sharing ideas. Thank you, Elliot. Just really powerful stories. And I hope the fellow that had the 3rd-degree heart block recovered well, and there was no further drama following his fall, and that was perhaps an incidental finding rather than a cause.